certain places within Abuja that stay expensive no matter what the economy is saying. Like, no matter what is happening within the economy, no matter what is happening in the market, there are certain places within Abuja that stay very expensive and very high in demand. Now, people buy them regardless of the price. Like, they don't stay in the market for so long. And so the question now is, why is it so? Like, why is that so? Why are there places where the demand is high regardless, and there are some other places where it seems like the property is in the market for so long, and some people even start complaining and saying, "Art space is too expensive." And basically, that is the bane of our conversation today. We're going to be discussing why some Abuja areas never lose value.
So today we would like to just change how you see real estate a little bit. Now, prime locations are not created by luck.
Yes.
When you see prime locations, you see a place that is expensive. And then in your mind, you're like, why is this place expensive? Well, it is not created by luck. They are not created overnight either. Yes. So they are carefully planned, intentionally developed, and consistently protected over time. So when you see land or property that is expensive and still increasing in value, it is not emotion, right? True. It is structure, planning, and demand working together.
Exactly. And then we have a few points that we'd like to point out or highlight, so that when next you're buying a property, buy into locations that are this way. And here are a few things you should look out for. The first thing is infrastructure and accessibility. Infrastructure and accessibility stand tall as one of the major reasons why some places feel like they're hot in demand, they're expensive, and others. In places like Abuja, some areas are just simply more expensive than others. And of course, it's easy to move in and out of them. Usually, I'm talking about some places that have good roads, reliable network, internet, electricity, planned road network, and just simply connectivity to different parts of the city. So locations like this are usually more in demand, more expensive. So, example are locations that are close to like the central business district, or have, proximal, accessibility to this place. The airports, once there's a direct road network or very accessible road network to the airport, central business district, the airport, some government zones, like maybe the central, the presidential villa area, Sokoro, etc. And just locations within the city that have very close proximity as well as accessibility with good infrastructure within this environment are usually high in demand. So infrastructure is not just convenience at this point. You see that infrastructure is value, a lot of value.
All right. So the next thing you can look out for is government presence. Now, when we talk about government presence, it's not just living close to where maybe your neighbor is a minister or something. It's beyond that, right? So there are some areas that have ministries, embassies, agencies, or official government buildings. Just something important in that area, right? And because of the presence of these things, stability is guaranteed. So you know that properties in this place will definitely appreciate. You know that the value of your property in this particular location will not remain the same, no matter how many years you own that property. So these areas are not left to random development. There's usually an intentional, structure put in place to ensure that the place is very okay. So they have controlled, protected, and maintain accessibility.
Yes.
You cannot just walk into this kind of places,
Exactly.
right? And these are places that for some investors who understand this, they do not take, like, they don't waste time.
Yeah,
they take
of course.
advantage of it
Of course.
early and on time, right? Because of the commitment that the government has towards this place, the value of properties in this place always do not fall. So that is why even in uncertain times, this particular location still remain strong.
Absolutely, absolutely. The third reason, or one of the reasons why some locations remain super high in demand, is something that doesn't sound like a real thing, but it is what it is.
It is.
Right? Is prestige and social perception. One of the questions I get, you get to hear a lot in the city of Abuja is, where do you stay, or where's your office? Why do you even want to know where I stay? Like, would you want to come and see my house or something? But that's a real thing, all right?
Yeah.
And generally in real estate, perception is powerful, right? And some people buy into locations just simply because of the perceived value it gives, especially business owners.
Yeah.
There are places you position your office or business, and then it commands a certain kind of perceived value as attached to you or to the business, or some level of seriousness per se to the business than when you position them in certain other locations. Some people believe that they can't be caught dead in some places, right? And of course, that is just what it is, around here. People want to live, where they believe that they are kind, or the certain kind of image will be projected in places that for successful people, or people that see themselves as rich or wealthy, they want to live around places too that are perceived as rich people's area, or success, influence, or class, right? And once a location gets that reputation, right, it becomes self-sustaining. As unreal as this sounds, it is really a real thing within the city of Abuja. And even if prices rise in such kind of locations, people still want to be there, no matter what. I want to live here. That is what it is. And irrespective of the price, so long as there's available property in that place, they are going to buy it.
Exactly. And the next point is commercial activity.
Yes.
Now, when we talk about commercial activity, we're talking about business activity, different businesses thriving in a particular area.
Yes.
Now, when this happens, you notice that business owners, investors, everybody wants to own something. They just want to be part of that space. They want to own something in that space, and when sometimes when you see let's say banks or shopping centers, offices, restaurants, corporate headquarters in one area, it means money is moving there
within that area.
I think we have such area like that in Abuja, like the Central Business District.
We'll say too.
Yeah, you find most company headquarters located right there, right? So it simply means that money is moving there daily because of the business activities that are going on, right? And where money moves consistently, land value does not fall.
Definitely.
It rises because a lot of people who are there, including customers, buyers, everyone needs space around that activity. The activity that goes on around is enough to, keep the value of properties in that location.
Definitely. The fifth point, that, of course, and these points are not, the demand or the rise of property within Abuja is not limited to this point we're giving. However, we're just highlighting and pointing out a few of those things. And the fifth is scarcity and demand. Of course, Abuja is the fourth largest city currently as per population within Nigeria. And that number is increasing and growing by the day. Abuja is planned. It's one of the best planned cities in Africa, right? And it is not. It's not developing randomly, right? It's developing with a plan, right? What this means is that certain areas is limited from the start. Some certain areas have been carved out as, very limited, high demand, locations. And as population grows and as more people move into this city, demand increases. Normal. This is
Exactly.
basic economics. And
Yeah.
so land does not increase. I mean, the size of land when it was just 2 people in the world, or how many people, it's the same size
It's
of
the
land
same
right
size
now.
of, yeah,
And as a matter of
exactly.
fact, even the earth itself is still 70%, I mean 71% water.
Water.
Like, what is now remaining, right? And
Right.
so this limited number of people are still, trying to get their hands on the same quantity of land. And according to statistics, we have more than 40%. I can't remember the exact number, but more than 40% of the entire population, more than 60% of the entire population of Nigeria are young people. So think about it. That means in the next couple of years, everyone wants to grab something. And of course, Abuja is one of those places that is a fine blend of commerce, government, and serenity.
Yeah.
So the demand is really high. And of course, you know what happens when demand goes up. When demand is up, of course, prices also go up. And most times, these prices that go up are not temporary. They are permanent upward movement, right? Once it goes up, it's up there. You know how it is in Nigeria, right? And this is one of the strongest forces in real estate, especially in the city of Abuja.
Now, this point leads us to the next one we're looking at, which is long-term urban planning.
Yes.
So first, you must understand planning. And when it comes to Abuja,
yes,
this is a fact. Abuja was planned from the very beginning.
Yes.
You can't change that, right? So some areas in Abuja were designed from the very beginning to be high-end premium areas. It was an intentional act. So these are not places for experiments, no. They are long-term master plan areas. And that means roads, zoning, utility, development rules are structured to maintain order and exclusivity for those particular areas. And even as Abuja expands, these areas still remain stable because of their foundation was built for long-term value, right? And as a result, understanding this will give you a better, knowledge for you to make informed decision. And then when you see the value of properties in this particular location, you understand that there is a reason behind this. You don't go, why are properties here expensive? Are these people not part of Abuja? Or is this location not part of the city? It is because of the long-term, planning from the beginning. They planned this place to carry so much value that it automatically, sieves out certain people, right, in that area.
So now, having listened and heard all of this, the question now is, why do prime areas stay relevant, right? Why do prime lands stay relevant? Why is it that some places are just high in demand within the city of Abuja? And so it's a combination of all these factors we have just pointed out, from the infrastructure to government presence, to the prestige thingy, to the commercial activities, scarcity, and planning. These things, you realize that these things are important. These things are the things that add up and make prime locations do not lose value, right? And even when the economy fluctuates, I mean, that's it. Real estate generally is that, industry that the economy doesn't really affect. I remember in 2020, I mean, that was around when I really came fully into the real estate industry, towards the end of 2020. But one of the things that convinced me the most was the fact that some companies I knew during the lockdown, during the pandemic, recorded more than 3 times sales than the previous year when there was no pandemic. Like, other industries were shutting down. Like other, except the health sector, that of course people were sick anyhow. And so that sector had a lot of, attention. But almost every other sector shutting down. But real estate kept spiking, especially within Nigeria. and Abuja at large, right? And so, having heard this, question for you right now is, if you think about Abuja today, which area do you believe will always remain valuable no matter what happens to the economy? And that's a question for you. I'd like to hear your thoughts, your opinion in the comment section.
And would also like to leave you with this. You know, when it comes to real estate, some locations become expensive because of hype. And that's because people are rushing in, right? But the strongest locations when it comes to real estate investment, and I don't mean Abuja alone, generally become expensive because people never stop needing them.
Definitely.
And especially markets like the national markets. And Abuja is one of those, those markets where people never stop needing. And anywhere people consistently need, it will never go out of value because the demand is on the high side. So this is something you need to sit with.
Exactly. And at this point, I know you'll be wondering, but you have not mentioned anywhere, right? To buy and stuff. And yes, it's intentional. We not mention random places because this also depends on your budget, your needs.
Exactly.
We can now say, oh, come and buy in Central Business District when what you're actually looking for is probably a residential place. And we can't say, oh, go and buy in I don't know where, but when you're looking for so this is why we will recommend at this point that maybe you reach out. You're looking to buy in Abuja and you're looking to invest in a place where your money, the value of your money is retained and increased, right? Then you want to reach out to the numbers, reach out to us, and we will help identify locations for you based on your need, your budget, and exactly what you need at the time, right? We'll do that for you. And this is why we make videos like this as well, to also inform you as much as possible on these things. But then if you want tailored attention or tailored recommendation, then you want to reach out to those numbers today so we can help you with both profitable, valuable, and secure real estate investment in high demand locations within the city of Abuja.
Now, so if you found value so far, kindly just like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And you can also recommend this to other people, right? If you have questions, just drop them in the description below, or there's a number there. You can just reach out to us through that number and we'll answer those questions, right? So till we meet again, have a fantastic day. Bye for now.